Does it work? 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 Excellent connection. Why, that is just a lovely piece of news right there. Alright, I have it on live chat, so if anyone wants to say something incredibly racist in my chat, now's your chance! We are indeed finishing this trilogy, although you cannot see the title screen unfortunately, because I wanted to prevent it from going to demo mode, because that's gonna be like 10 wasted seconds that I just cannot get back. But yeah, I shall just hit new game, and we shall consume this piece of entertainment that is Spyro the Dragon.
Okay, rolling.
Oh, it's been peaceful here in the Five Worlds, or is it for a Dragon's Age? We now have 12,000 treasure, or is it 14,000?
What about this Ganasty Gnort character? Now I understand he's found a magic spell to turn gems into warriors for his cause.
I'll take that question. Nasty Nord is a simple creature. Vampire. He has been contained in a remote world. No threat to the Dragon Kingdom. No threat!
No threat!
Ugly that does it.
I love how this original rendition of this cutscene.
Things to do.
I don't want to interrupt the characters, but a lot of people have already seen this cutscene, and if you haven't, then you're missing out! These games are genuinely good though. It's extremely rare for there to be a good 3D platformer, and just look at that skybox. By golly, isn't it beautiful? It's really been a hot minute since I've played Spyro the Dragon specifically, especially the PS1 version. I have played the Reignited Trilogy 120%, but I've never actually finished the PS1 version in my life.
Thank you for releasing this Spyro. Free 10 dragons in the Artisan world. Then find the beliefs. He'll transport you to the next world.
What about Nasty Nort? I'm going after him.
Find dragons first. That's all I can tell you.
I'm just laughing because the Spyro's voice acting is so different in the first one. What about Nasty Nord? I'm going after him! It's just so enunciated for no particular reason. I also love how the sound effects are just so muffled in this one. It's some 50s cartoon stuff. Some wily coyote hits you over the head with the mallet. That's such a common issue too, like, dude, I'm trying to go to the bathroom here and you come with your silly little mallet, you. Okay, what's with my... What's the intended method here? Am I just... I think I'm just bad. Okay, let's do the... When a reignited player tries to play Spyro 1 for the first time. How do you do the speedrun charge jump again? Okay, so I'm just doing this for reference to see. To see if any height gets added. Okay, I guess we're just gonna keep going at this until something of significance takes place. That actually almost worked. That little aerial charge at the end. Now don't let this struggle of mine deter you from trying the game. I swear it's good. I actually don't know what is done wrong here. Okay, so that gives me like a millimeter of extra height, so it might be a saving grace. It's kind of like the hover jump. How do you do the little charge height jump thing? Is it some illegal technology that we do not speak of? Maybe there's something I just don't know. I'll come back to that after I've already struggled with the other stuff. This game might just be a little janky overall. A little nonsensical, if you will. Come here, you! Come here! You little... Why are you to punch you in the puncher? Oh, you have taken that which isn't yours for the last time, you... You scoundrel, you. Alright, my 50s bad guy. That's actually a 50s hero. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, so it's just a specific pixel that you have to land on. Hold on, let me whip out my massive water canister to pour myself a little drink. As I already abused my throat with that little bit I did. And no, water canister is not an innuendo for anything. I literally have 5 liters of water right under my desk. For easy access, if you will. I bet your favorite streamer doesn't have a 5-liter water canister. Yeah, we put effort here on Asplanchy Incorporated. Inventory, is that like a... Okay, it is like a... I'm gonna collect those later. Okay, what does this guy say? Delvin?
Where's Nasty Nork? I'll torch him.
Keep your horns on, Spyro. You have much to learn first. Do you know what the dragonfly following you is doing? His name is Sparks, and he's helping and protecting you. Keep an eye on him and see what I mean. See what I mean?
That was unnecessarily. Strange way of phrasing that. We're gonna go do Sunny Flight just like the speedrunners do, to get it out of the way. Yeah, I know my secrets. I'm actually a veteran. You see, you're a girl gamer, so you probably wouldn't get it. But like, I'm actually like good at games. Like when you get to be my age, I have no idea what the bit I'm even doing is. Oh, okay. I'm good at this. I'm good at video games. Okay, now to move back. Apparently this isn't optimal, but I care not for the nuances of life. Are there rings here somewhere? No, it's planes. That counts? In what world? I shot my flame like 7 meters to south from that particular train, and it just like, whatever, it hit. Like, I wasn't looking, but I just assumed you did it. These proof standards of yours are rather advantageous for the likes of me. You know, this particular route isn't probably recommended to everyone who's trying to beat this particular challenge here. I wonder if I'm world record pace. Sunny Flight world record was achieved by a moron who doesn't even know what Spyro is. Just gonna assume it's in this direction. I'm so tempted to just start charging on this little train track, but it's supercharge is not a mechanic in Spyro 1 flight levels, it's only a speedway gimmick. And these aren't speedways. We don't do speed on Asplanchy Incorporated. Okay, I'm not gonna make it. I don't even have a bid for this, I'm just going for the arches now. 1, 2. I don't know what number comes next. They didn't teach me that. They taught me everything else I know about nuclear physics and whatnot, but But what comes after 2, I have no earthly idea. Come here, you! Come here, you! Why, you're gonna punch all of you in the puncher. Okay, so I have no idea what kind of path these guys follow. All I know is that they're clogging up my game completely and lagging things around a whole lot. Alright, punchers have been punched. And people have suffered. So this direction. I don't think this will be the success. You can just clip through them. So laws of physics are a mere suggestion in your eyes. Spyro, do you have anything to say to explain yourself? Okay, I'm going for trains first next time. I think I picked the longest possible route. This is the equivalent of going around the world to go to your corner store. I'm not targeting that one. You're not gonna bait me with your little train going off screen tactic. The classic 1-2 whammo where the train goes off screen and then when you follow it you get mugged. And touched in more ways than one. Now, in what universe am I right now? Okay, none of the above is the answer. Let me just take a little dip. Oh no, I drowned. Ah, shucks, this is not my day. Let me engage in a little bit of trickery. See, this is something they didn't teach you at med school. No trains are coming. So let me do a little detour. And mess this whole thing up. Spyro 1 rule of thumb is that you just gotta do the ADHD strat for the flights. I think the archers continue in this direction. Although I think the trains are gonna lock me out of finding the chests. It might be almost easiest to just start with the chest, regardless of that little 10-hour detour it takes. Now, why aren't trains an existent concept in this universe? Pictures taken mere moments before disaster. Then it's just my mom in the ultrasound. Little did she know that the baby she was about to give birth to had evil intentions. Alright. Now chests are a mere afterthought. You know what? The trains are gonna suffer first out of all of these little... Let's just do a 180 the second the final train. Oh, never mind. That was something we were gonna do either way, due to my little clumsy maneuver. Why, yada? Now, what I'm trying to understand here is that is this some pilot school stuff, or do these guys genuinely just not know how to stop steering the plane. Now here's to hoping that the arches go around the entire island instead of cutting off at a certain point, forcing me to do a 10-hour little wait Aruni, and it would so appear so that I have to do that 10-hour wait Aruni. Well, here's to praying that the loss of time can be swayed to get on my side, and I can win. I think I'm gonna get teased. No, what do you know? We're gonna take a sip of water. I am not sorry in the slightest that you had to witness any of that. You signed up for this. Oh, you know, I should have emptied this world out. Does the toasty door open? No, you have to go to a non-flight level.
Cool, Flash. Do that again.
The artisan's boss is through a portal in the dragon mouth, but you are not yet ready, Spyro.
Why is he devouring the microphone?
The artisan's boss is in the dragon's mouth.
It's like an intern. Can you do a voice? Ah, I can do this voice. Perfect. You're hired! I was already... You know what? I'm not even gonna question it.
Hey, Spyro, press the jump button twice to glide. And
That was the last voice I was expecting.
What?
falling from high mountain peaks, plummeting into prehistoric glaciers.
That.
That might be a classic skit concept, or at least a gag. Something along the lines of... It's almost like a bargaining situation where you're trying to convince someone of something, then you realize that they already were convinced of that thing. So, through reverse psychology, you start trying to convince them of the exact opposite. I just wonder if I've seen that somewhere. But that "don't be afraid" thing was funny. Even though I didn't lose my mind laughing at it. Lose myself. Oh, okay. A little T-Tor. I've been live for almost 20 minutes and I've barely cleared one level. I haven't even been alive that long. See, I was really considering if I wanted to do that. It's not even a joke anymore. It stopped being a joke on the 4th time I said it. And the 4th time I said it was probably like 10 years ago. I've just milked that same thing for an ungodly number of times. So there are some in the maze. Just in case I've missed some enemies here, I'm ramming these guys. And I care not for the innuendo means of interpreting that sentence. I said what I said and I carry my head with pride. I forgot about this little tunnel here. And we are done. Oh, it does actually do a little 100 out of 100 animation. Did it do something like that for the dragons? Is there gonna be a 100% level complete announcement just like with the later entries? Or am I gonna have to rely on my own head? Alright, we have arrived at Stone Hill, which funnily enough is also the location in which the opening cutscene of Spyro Year of the Dragon takes place. Alright, lay it on me, dog. Duck, I should have said.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
They really just wanted to make a snarky protagonist for that 90s vibe. It really sounded like the voice actor was speaking through his teeth on that one. Sure. Like that.
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya.
The animations are also so funny. How they just snap. Ah, old technology. Outdated for a reason. Ah, what about the old steam machine? Okay, no. Yeah, just try to dodge that one. He's kind of sliding. It's like a cartoonish run. Some cherry running away from Tom type stuff. Ah, classic gag. Okay, now for the other side. So when's the first level where you can actually fall to your doom? Is there one in... I don't think there is one that requires like some actually hazardous glides in this world. Whereas Spyro 3 had cloudy spires in the first home world already. For some reason I used to be deathly afraid of those little herders. I guess it was just their strange design that threw me off as a little child. Kittle does.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the X button at the top of the jump, and try pressing the triangle button to drop down in mid-flight.
Cool! What are buttons? Replay dragon. You cannot replay dragons. They cannot be played. You cannot trick them. I'll catch this little guy first. Why, yeah. He's not fast at all, so I couldn't even finish my shtick here. Is there some kind of animation? There is. I just wanted to see if it was a regular invisible wall. But no, they have some futuristic technology preventing your escape. You see, the artisan's homeworld is really good at giving you the illusion of freedom. But you can never actually leave. But you don't even realize that you want to leave. For the artisans is all you know. Now, there's no way in absolute hell this chest has 59 gems in it. I'm laughing at the wrong wrong stuff. And what do you know? I was absolutely correct about my assumption. Alright, so now we're gonna go gem hunting. Well, that wasn't a long hunt. I didn't know that was that easy to do. I assumed it was some frame perfect stuff, but I just nailed it. So either it's extremely easy or I have no idea how lucky I got there.
Step on one of our platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro. I just wanted to emphasize how threatening that sounded. It was a little gag. You can laugh now at me gag. Isn't it hilarious? Bring your whole family and laugh at Aspect G Incorporated's funny little gags. Well, the most half-hearted search I've done was up here, so I'm assuming I'm missing gems up here, if you will. That looks like a crate. I guess it was a baby step towards our ultimate goal, but also kind of disheartening at the same time. I'm just gonna hug the farthest corner until it hugs me back. Did I miss somewhere down, something down here? What's up there? Oh, they're just lanterns. Well, that would make sense now, wouldn't it? Okay, so I've checked a lot of the areas here. Let's go back to the area where you entered the little grass patch and look it up. Look, search it through. I really cannot form sentences. And what do you know? It's already bearing fruit. Well, not much fruit apparently. We're gonna be going through a little Easter egg hunt here. Yeah, my favorite form of entertainment here. This is... Did I miss any gems up on this platform? No. I'm assuming you can fall down there. So I probably just got insanely lucky. I don't think blue butterflies spawn in this game. Like the only means of getting one-ups is through those little white orbs. Or through the means of finding one of those little chests. So I had no reason to actually commit that little slaughter there. I wonder if animal abuse is illegal in the Spyro universe. Like, do they have any regulations for the means of hunting their food, assuming they eat meat? We don't know, these dragons are magical and stuff. No, pressing select just opens up the menu. I was just confused by the lack of dragons on Sunny Flight, but then I realized that it actually was Sunny Flight, meaning that there are no dragons in the first place. Alright, we're returning home. No, you cannot do little spinnies in the animation. By golly, this game sucks. How many levels are in this world? There's Dark Hollow, Toasty, and 10 Town Square. I believe that is all that is left. challenging me to a duel, sir? You shall suffer under my wrath. Do you get anything? No, it's just a little bit of fun. A little. Just a touch of entertainment. Oh, I assumed there were stairs up there, but my assumption was indeed wrong. I'm guessing these guys have to turn around. Boom. What are physics? They, like I said, they're a mere suggestion here.
Use the triangle button when you want to zoom in and look around. Oh, your secret's safe with me.
The sense of humor of these steps. These are the most childish jokes ever, and straight from a 50s joke book, and I'm over here actually giggling at them. No, why, yada. Every time I say that, my throat hurts. A lot. A whole lot. Alright, now you will suffer under my wrath. Ow! That was even more painful to my throat. I don't know why my throat is extra sensitive today, because usually I can do that kind of little auditory fun without too many consequences. And now it's just giving in. That was a less straining way of imitating that. Okay, you may speak. Oh, then.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd seen
I am proud of my nation, Spyro.
Of course, they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Metal armor is fire, but a charge will take care of it.
I'm pouring more water. A lot of these dragons are just tutorials, and
Thank you for releasing me.
then there was that one with the extremely high-pitched voice. Thank you for releasing me. I don't even remember the exact tonality. I don't know if I imitated it perfectly or if I just made noise. Now something leads me to believe that that wasn't the correct solution. The correct means of entering this particular area. Give me a wound up. Okay, we shall continue our little journey here. Get burned. Did the flame just...
Big enemies like this Gnorc with the club cannot be charged. But a quick flame, that should...
They cannot be charged. That'll be $50, please. I ain't paying with that. You better pay with your ugly ass. I didn't know you were silver-tongued like that. Here's your money. Thank you. This little audio play was brought to you by S.G Incorporated. If you wish to hear more audio plays such as this, fun for the whole family, then please donate some of your life savings to www.s1gincorporated.com/donate/amount/10,000/confirm/ yes equals true ? No, it's question mark true. Sorry, I messed up the URL. Okay, give me the contents of this chest. I use big words to sound smart, but mess it up and end up sounding dumb. Jump please, jump please. Alright. that sound. I thought that frog was a gem, that's why I was so eager to come here. Don't, you are not to do such things under my watch. Was that a gem? Indeed it was. Alright, we are down. We shall now leave the Dark Hollow. A Nord wasn't built to take this kind of heat that I'm scorching in at the moment. It's burnt. I have my fan blasting at level 2 out of 3, and I still feel the heat. I'm also extremely cold-blooded in terms of my body's temperature is way lower than average. I don't know if that affects my cold resistance somehow. Is that a human or an actual chicken doing that sound? I could totally see a human being able to do that sound. I just love the sound effects of this game, it's just...
Welcome to Town Square, Spyro. Begin exploring by gliding to that area with the bull. Use the L2 and R2 buttons to get a good look.
I love how he raises his hand. The L2 and the R2 button. Your puncher has been punched by the likes of me. Oh, but the first spring chest of the entire session. Did you know that Lofty Castle in Dreamweavers is the only red one of those in the entire game? I stole that fact from a speedrunner, Deoman specifically. Tip of my wing. This is just my kind of humor. I recently got really into Norm Macdonald's stuff. His talk show visits specifically are extra hilarious, but even when he's just on stage doing his written stuff, he's just hilarious because of the 50s joke book aesthetic that he likes to go on. Because some of his jokes are just something you could perfectly imagine being in a 50s joke book. And some of the gags in this game are just right up that alley. And it's just, it really tickles my funny bone in an inappropriate manner. But I consent. I'm pouring water all over myself. Didn't know it was that kind of scream. What? Damn! It was a little underacted, but the joke was communicated to me. Run! I'm not gonna scream that at the top of my lungs because doing that particular voice at high volumes, I can kiss my throat goodbye. Kiss my throat, that just sounds extra dirty. I didn't expect to nail that on the first try considering how much trouble I had with that one glide in Artisans. Okay. Come here, you offspring kidnapper. You know, these egg thieves are kind of just jerks for the sake of being jerks. They clearly aren't trying to escape with the egg. They aren't trying to sell it or anything. They just want you to chase them. If you don't chase them, they stay still and wait for you to come after them. So it's clearly just a little... You can't catch me. And that's some... Oh, that's the first one. And that was also the high-pitched one I was imitating previously. Thank you for releasing me. That particular set of notes is right between my head and chest voice. And I'm very bad at switching between them. I'm also kind of bad at going to mixed voice on command. Not to mention that even my mixed voice doesn't go that low. Meaning that I'd have to switch between chest and mixed voice. I just have an overall naturally low voice. I have 4 octaves to choose to sing from. Well, that was an unexpected maneuver on the thief's part. But yeah, I can hit 4 octaves worth of notes. But I can't go particularly high because my lowest notes is like C2.
I could go all the way down here, depending on what you count as a low note.
And my natural speaking voice is already at the lower end of my range anyway. So then when I end up stretching up, I end up not going particularly far. The highest notes I can hit is like F6. And that's on a good day. On average, I usually start cracking at like E6, I would say. Which, if you do not understand music theory lingo, then you're not nerd enough! He's a jock. Everybody point and laugh. Why don't you close the comic book and go talk to your little girls? Stick to what you're good at. Funnily enough, that didn't hurt my throat at all. Maybe I hit some vocal fry technique there. Alright, Toasty! You're toast! It's honestly a missed opportunity to not have Spyro say that. It's definitely a joke they would have done. If I know this dev team's sense of humor as well as I do, or as well as I think I do, those dogs are very unpredictable for my liking. We're gonna sneak up, so I can... No. You know, I never knew they were that easy to parry. You just have to be aware of their movements and you can easily fight them. I'm really struggling with this flight now for some reason. Alright, we have executed said flight. I don't know how I survived that without getting hit. It's so strange how the dogs just turn pitch black. The dogs they really didn't need even a damaged model. Like it could have just been regular 2 hits to kill this enemy. But they decided to go the extra mile and make them ashy. Literally, in fact. I'm playing it extra careful. Okay, I was today years old when I realized that this was a remix of the main theme. I bet you could freestyle to this. Ah, yeah, I like men. That's it, that's the bar.
I be the heels fucking dudes. I be the heels fucking dudes.
That was a full 45 minutes without swearing. That's a new record. I don't know, I've recently started swearing less. In English specifically, I already was the exact opposite of a sailor in my native language of Finnish. Like I only swear in Finnish if I'm joking by playing a character, or if I'm really mad and wanna emphasize something.
Nasty Nork has put one of his most
This gag is so funny.
Barbecue.
Be careful, Spyro. This boss has many tricks up his sleeve.
Oh, they just flat out referred to it as boss. I mean, they did earlier too, but I decided to acknowledge it in this particular round. Now, I don't remember what my tangent was before this. I was talking about... I'm gonna run back just a little bit. Oh yeah, swearing, yeah. I used the F word as a filler word in English not too long ago. But for some reason, I've kind of developed a little... It's not even a subconscious one, like something in my brain just tells me to go out of my way to avoid swearing, and it's not even some kind of a... Oh no, YouTube is gonna punish me. Man, fuck YouTube. See? But it's just something in my brain is like, don't say the F word, don't say the F word, say a synonym, say a synonym, say a synonym. And honestly, I don't even mind this little change in my mannerisms because it helps me with creativity. And this is the gag I was talking about, all this hype about. He's the most devious, one of the most devious henchmen Nasty Nork has up his sleeve. Better watch out! And then it just ends up being a sheep. These dogs are more potent than Toasty. If you just stay on the move, the dogs have a hard time hitting you. That is of course implying that they were a challenge in the first place. Now, are these gems gonna cover my quota? They are. Dark Hollow, Town Square, Stone Hill, Sunnyfly, Toasty. I don't think there's a 6th level here. Yeah, the screen is so cramped that there's no way there's another one. Alright then, we will leave. Now my original plan was just to do artisans and peacekeepers because... And you can tell that from the thumbnail because only artisans and peacekeepers are represented in the thumbnail. But I'm only 1 hour in after artisans, so unless peacekeeper specifically takes me like 90 minutes to complete, which it might because it has some tricky little levels in it, I might just go for magic crafters while I'm at it. End up finishing this game in 2 sittings. Titan, that's a sick name.
Welcome to Peacekeeper, Spyro.
They use a different modeling technique for this one.
Stolen. Recover our treasure, Spyro.
Collect treasure. Got it.
Spyro, I know this is a major scale war against the Norks. With that being said, could you be the only one participating in the entire thing? Oh, what I wouldn't give to go back in time to be a part of this dev theme. Come on, I'd abuse my throat for this game. Come on, don't tell me that wouldn't fit right in. I would make a great Spyro enemy. I'm gonna get you, I'm gonna get you! Oh, I have been burned! Oh. Isn't that like... You would be immersed. You probably believed I was a Spyro enemy. I love how the game just lags when you... Those guys just moon you. I'm really channeling my inner 5-year-old here. Which... Some people are just so anti-fun anyway. Like, if you dumb yourself down enough, you can enjoy anything. And life just becomes way more jolly that way. See, I could be all doom and gloom and critique everything that happens on screen. These graphics suck! Magnus, that's a dumb name!
Hi, Spyro.
What is that voice? That's so stupid!
No, but I do enjoy this game genuinely. I prefer Spyro 2 and Spyro 3 to that. But Spyro 1 will always have a special place in my heart as well. They don't even attack you, they just they pull down their pants. There's no way in hell they modeled that in Reignited. They probably just... They might still keep the mooning thing, but they definitely won't pull down their pants. There's no way in hell. Okay, I'm gonna go destroy the chest. With the means of using an illegal firearm. I've always assumed that Spyro was like a teenager in Dragons because he's way bigger than the little kids. Could also be just a regular child who's like the equivalent of a 7-year-old little kid. Will that hit? Okay, the homing took over there. I'm low on health. Hello, Barney. Oh, hello. I'm not sure if that came through. I was imitating Mr. Frog there. Mr. Frog, you are under arrest for several war crimes. Hello. That's bad. Oh, you gotta shoot that little rock. Does it have a target on it? It flat out does. Gee, I wonder where I gotta shoot this cannon. I'm absolutely confident that you can make it without destroying that through some glitchy platforming. For some reason I have decided to be completely inept at platforming. While we're at it, let's get the flight out of the way. 144. Funnily enough, that's exactly the amount of frames per second my eyes generate. Did you know that the 24 frames per second thing for human eyesight is actually a myth? First of all, I don't think movement even works in terms of frames per second in real life. It's the equivalent of saying, what is the highest amount of pixels that the human eye can register? And it's like, the world isn't made up of pixels. Just because that happens to be the easiest way to project photographs on a screen doesn't mean that the world is made up of pixels. And the frames per second thing, I've heard some people say that the equivalent of if you register movements in terms of frames per second, the real number would be in the thousands. As opposed to the 20-something that they say. But just to entertain that, even if that was true, having a high refresh rate still would be beneficial. Because you're more inclined to be using those exact frames, the exact starting point of each frame. Which is why using some kind of a FPS bypass is actually beneficial, even if you have like if you have a 60Hz monitor and use that frame bypass to have a higher refresh rate, something like, let's say, 300 frames per second. Like that game is forcing 300 frames even though your monitor can only register 60. You might still notice a difference because, and I'm just talking out of my ass here, but I'm assuming it's because the 300 frames that it's forcefully trying to push are taking more advantage of those 60 frames. It's like when you have 5 times the amount of frames trying to get in, it's more likely that on the exact 60th of a second that a new frame is displayed.
Well done, Spyro. Keep up the good work, and I know you'll fulfill your destiny.
Destiny? I just want to kick some...
Just
That you
crush
get-
those enemies and collect the treasure.
I just wanna kick some. That distracted me completely. I never realized. I start out a sentence before I even consider the fact that I'm doing something else. Something distracting. Yeah, but the 300 frames thing, yeah, that's what I was talking about. So I'm assuming that when you try to cram that into 60, it's almost like a little case of supply and demand, where those 300 frames are creating a whole lot of demand for those 60 frames. Which then means that when your computer is, or your monitor is like, alright, we have frame number 24. Frame number 24. Since there are 300 potential quote-unquote buyers, it's sold faster, essentially. Plus, it also kind of misaligns the whole thing, because when you have just 60 frames, let's say there was an animation in that game that took exactly 1 second, and it was exactly 60 frames of animation. It's probably just gonna loop exactly as is. Now let's say the game forced out 300 frames for that animation. It's gonna be a different 60 frames every time, thus misaligning the animation a little bit, potentially making it look smoother in the end. And that's why I believe that even if the human eye saw only 20 something frames per second, the result would ultimately still be there being a benefit to having a more than 144 Hz monitor. But like I said, I'm talking out of my ass. If you use this for your thesis, then you're a nerd! Ha! I really didn't know how to end that sentence properly, so I just let my intrusive thoughts take over. There are no gems here in this endless abyss of an ocean that goes on for miles upon miles upon miles. So, I'm assuming I'm missing it. Yep, exactly 10 gems. Oh, and I have the chest that I have yet to unlock. And that key, goodbye, Dolly, be anywhere at all. John D. Catano, you are a disgrace to our great village. You supposed to do great things. I just really laughed at anti-joke. Norm MacDonald really was just the undisputed king of anti-jokes. And they were absolutely hilarious. And let me take a little dip. Is that supposed to be water or some kind of toxic goo? Because let me tell you, it does not look anything like water. Is there some unexplored area here? Is there some way to see? Okay, I have the key. I guess I just didn't trigger the chest opening animation properly. We're a little slow today. Why am I doing relapse accents? Soon as my flow starts, I compose art like the coast of Mozart. Even today you'll say that the real I know the most art. Boy, you think you're clever, don't ya? Girl, you think you're so smart. Come with me to another side of the world so cold and so dark. You can get claimed for just singing a song, so I'm gonna stop there. That was a little too long too, I'm definitely claimed. UMG is extremely trigger happy. I didn't even pronounce that properly. If I try to either talk or rap extremely fast, I need to warm up my mouth muscles properly with tongue twisters and such in order to pronounce it Even halfway decipherably. But I'm not gonna rap anymore. I was acting. Or was I? I don't even remember the exact phase, so I can't really do it. There's probably some crazy way to hit all these chests at once. But I'm a little inept. Conan?
Thank you for releasing me.
That sounds exactly like him! Today's guest is the legendary comedian. Every time he's on, he just brings a lot of joy to everyone around him. Ladies and gentlemen, Norm MacDonald! My jokes make less and less sense as more time goes on. I might not go for Magic Crafters as it might be too late in terms of real world time. Although I would normally go for 3 hours, but I just feel like forcing myself to go for 3 hours. Especially since it's past 9 PM already. It might not be the brightest idea that I could have. FIFA farm. I think I smell the scent of a placenta. I enter Central Park, it's dark, it's winter in December. I don't remember the rest of that verse, at least in order. Sometimes I partially open my mouth when I'm focusing too hard. Alright, Ivor. Ivor.
That you, Spyro?
Ivor!
You're the young dragon I've been hearing so much about.
How have you been?
Ever stick your wee puff of smoke with no...
I guess Spyro was famous before this journey. I wonder if any names I recognize are voice acted in this game. Oh, I'd be a happy little laugh if somebody like Dan Castellan and I was a credit in this game. Well, Stuart Copeland did the music. That's a pretty big name. Somebody who's known for something else than Spyro. That's what I mean. Or someone like Michael McKean as a credit, that would be very interesting to see. Oh, I assumed this was the ending of the level, but I guess my assumption was wrong. Okay, this is the ending of the level. I will not go there just yet. I'm not gonna make it, I'm not gonna make it, I'm not gonna... I almost cheesed it. Cheated fate. Oh, I have exactly 200. Let's try to make back that one up I lost, since I'm especially close already. That's honestly a little creepy how the Spyro head is just made out of solid gold. The dragons I understand because they're statues anyway. But those little icons just being so lifeless. There's just something about it. There are some things that are just slightly off about this game. I don't want to use the buzzword that literally every single horror YouTuber throws around in every sentence. Okay, that's the highest possible jump I can do without speedrun glitches. I have no idea what you intend me to do here. Is the game just full of jank? I wish I just knew the extra height glitch. It's something about charging and... I've done some precise movement in Spyro 3. So I know I'm theoretically capable of doing it. Well, that was a surprisingly good attempt right there. Marvelous, you almost got it. Just keep at it and you get jump. Okay, now let's not be a moron about this. Nope, that's not gonna be it, I can already tell. Okay, so first, let's try. Okay, my horn scrapes the halfway point of that little pattern. Okay, I jump way lower. Why is this game's flight so unpredictable? I've been spoiled by Spyro 2 and 3's controls, especially Spyro 2's double jump, which is incredibly easy to execute, which is so funny because it's kind of a game-breaking glitch. I guess your best bet is to just not stay still, or to not charge and move forward as you execute your jump, and then just try to hit the exact highest frame of your jump. That's really the only option I have left here. I'm losing my house otherwise. That looks like it's just enough. Okay, so if you have trouble with glides, just go forward as you execute your high jump. Seriously, you're telling me I don't have the key, so I have to come back? You indeed are saying just that. I wish I remembered that it would have saved me the tears. And the plethora of humiliation. Ah, what do I tell the kids? Daddy's home! Daddy's home! Kids, don't hug me just yet. Sit down. Your old man has failed you. Did you do the Spyro key thing? Yes, son. I did. I failed as a man and as your father. I was actually almost producing tears there. I'm getting scary good at fake crying almost. I will use this power for pure evil.
I was born to glide.
Why did they pronounce it? I was born to glide. You're telling me there's a treasure trove of nothing but gems down there? Sign me up. Hold on, it was here, right? This is the start of the level, isn't it? I'm just trying to figure out where I'm in the map. Okay, this is the ending. So what's the elaborate glide you have to do to reach that high point without glitches? Something about flying around the level. Okay, so there's a little... There's no platform up there, so it's on that side. Okay, let's just run around and find any semblance of elevation. Okay, so that's the starting point of this little elaborate glide. Now, I hate to admit this right now, But I have no idea what direction I'm going. Oh, there's a nice little balcony here. Okay, so it's definitely in that direction. Okay. Okay, it was way easier than I made it out to be. Now just do not fall off this. I thought that said Mexico. I really did.
Incredible glide, Spyro. I thought I'd be stuck here forever with those ugly vultures standing on my head. Those birds might look tough. They're pretty tasty. Plain broiled.
Okay, so they do eat meat. At least that particular individual does. Now, we don't want an upskirt shot of this little magical creature here. It genuinely looked like that's what I was going for. No, I was just deep in thought. Walking. Okay. Now to locate the chest again. This is the ending of a level. That's where I came from. Let's jump down here and see where I end up. Okay, this looks like the starting point. No, it doesn't. But this could be something along the lines of a way to exit. Oh, what do you know? Okay, this is where the chest is. Now I can feed the locked chest monster. I will keep farming that choke until the end of time. And nobody can stop me. Don't do swerves, you're gonna mess up your whole groove, man. Let me get up from this chair before I break my back completely in half. You're telling me that... Hold on. This isn't like Spyro 2 and 3. See, look at me jumping to conclusions. Anger doesn't have to be rational. Get mad and punch faces. Ask questions later if you absolutely must. Ha, you are dead. Sorry. That's what you get for being in my way. Clifftown? That sounds like a last name. Dave Clifftown. Oh, it's this level. I didn't recognize it by name. No. Little applause is in order. I'm guessing there's some other method. But I'm stubborn as a mule. I think you just glide there from that high point. Also, I'm not gonna do that proxy. I outright refuse to even try it. I don't even know how you would go about trying it. I think I'm bound to drown down here. Good night, wherever you are. Just in case she's gonna be a problem later on, I'm gonna resort to violence. Don't you smack me on the bottom. I consent not to what you just did. Baby, my bottom. No, bottom's really big. That's one of my favorite Simpsons quotes in general. It's just so full of pure hilarity. Pure hilarity is also from The Simpsons. Ho ho! Pure hilarity! That was... It was season 2, surprisingly. And it was so funny that I could easily mistake it for being like a season 4 gag. But no, it was season 2.
Homer, do you remember what even happened last night?
And we see Homer's flashback and it's just... pure hilarity. No, don't you do that. Oh, there's a rocket. Oh, 400. I haven't even been alive that long. Now, how is anyone supposed to figure out that those spots have chains in them?
Hey, what's on the other side of that river?
Why don't you glide there and find out?
It's a setup. I'm gonna get jumped. I'm so gonna get jumped. I'm getting this out of the way. You will die. That cannot be all there is to this place. Okay. A whole lot of nothing. That can't be the intended method. Oh, what do you know? That makes a whole lot of sense, actually. Oh, I thought you could just walk there. I was gonna say. But no, there was a ledge there. Alright, we have figured out the means of transportation. Now to catch this little baby kidnapper. They really aren't that particularly intimidating in this context now, are they? Alright, I'll rescue you. However...
How's a dragon supposed to flame metal armor anyway?
Remember, Spyro, flame won't harm metal, but charging with your horns, that should do the trick.
Alright, Spyro. Take care of this international threat for us, as we sit on our ass. Okay, so I'm almost done with this particular level here. It would seem anyway. But don't I have like 400 gems left? Oh yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff I've missed here. I tried to do a cool charge. Can I go directly from that rocket platform to the other platform, assuming I can make it there in the first place? I was trying to do some quick turns as I was running, just to see how it feels to execute one. Do I have the key? Is there a key here? I know I'm thinking about the rocket. There was the whirlwind down here and I'm here wasting my time. Well, you learn occasionally. It's been one of those days. I don't think I'm gonna go past Peacekeepers today. Let me make this. Oh, you're serious about that. Well, glad this whirlwind is here. Really makes my life a breeze. Pun. Fully intended. I thought I could do the second step. Time to tell my son again. Dad, don't tell me you failed the second step. Oh, these are just health enemies. There's a whole family gathering of you guys here. And to think I was about to let you guys live. No, I am on a murderous spree. For strictly monetary gain. Oh, Marco.
You've reached the highest point in Clifftown. You can get to almost anywhere from here. If I were you, I'd use that whirlwind there.
Let me guess that whirlwind just started existing. Okay, all the water drinking I did has turned the clock. The bathroom o'clock. So I will go to the bathroom and then I'll be back. Don't worry, I will return soon enough. Or will I? Alright, your boy is back. Alright, the game's actually working.
You can glide almost anywhere from here.
Alright, I will hold you to that. I'm guessing I can glide also there from here. So let me glide there. I would have done it a third time if my voice wasn't genuinely giving up. Now there's no way in hell those two crates can add up to exactly 30 gems. I'm guessing you just land on the lower platform and then you can jump to it, to the higher one. I'ma flame some of these pots just to make sure it wasn't like a case of I flamed the pot previously but then didn't end up picking up the gem. And when I died, it disappeared. Alright, we're gonna go on a little look-see round. I will find it soon enough. Now, where haven't I been? What do you know? That was quicker than anticipated. Alright, we're done. I'm pouring myself another one for that. I might get attacked while I'm still, so... Sir, the enemy general is AFK. What are you waiting for? Shoot him! Sir, it's a war crime to shoot AFK individuals. Now there was some ice themed level that I'm certainly missing right now. Was I here? Try again. I most certainly was. There's some little cavern in which I can find the level that I'm thinking of. See, I knew I didn't imagine. Ice cavern, that's so on the nose, that. I'm actually going to sneeze. I wish I could execute a sneeze on command, that would have made that gag even funnier. You see, gags are extremely funny when you can describe them instead of just executing them. Exterior. House. Interior. Living room. Character 1 steps into living room and says, "Boy golly, what a good day it is to be alive." Laugh track ensues.
A word of caution, little one. Wait until you grow big.
I think this is the wrong song.
Before charging those large enemies.
Oh, the bats give you sustenance. Only X will sustain me. You know, the X4 Bard horror game is actually kind of eerie. Just because the character designs are so intentionally weird. Plus the fact that you're crammed in a very small space, trying to do that mission.
Spyro, some big Norks up ahead are wearing armor, and in the ice cave, armor can make their feet very slippery.
I don't know, it's not like frightening. Oh, I'm having nightmares about the export bar. But it's like one of those, for a meme game, it's surprisingly eerie in its atmosphere. I do not have the key. In that case, I can save some time by not going for that chest just now. Hold on. I will risk it all. I thought I wasn't gonna make it. That's why I charged. Oh, what do you know? Attempt 2 provided on a silver platter. See, kids? There are no consequences. I have 5 lives. 5 lives, 5 times to die. Okay, let's actually execute this maneuver. Don't wiggle at all. Why, yada. Hold on. Am I overcomplicating this particular mission? I guess I don't, Ada. Just yet. See, I should have gone for the chest. That was a terrifying... I had the key ready! We're gonna do this one step at a time. See, too many things to process for my mind at once, and it just shuts down completely. In my defense, I assumed that you got punished with a loss of progress. I guess you can backtrack. I will backtrack. Okay, there's a whole lot of stuff in this place.
Thank you for releasing me.
Some individual people have claimed that this is the largest stage in terms of area, but that could be entirely false. As haven't seen actual proof for it. That's also a fact I saw from Deyo Man, and he used those exact words when describing it. I'm just in terms of instinct, I'm extremely against plagiarism, so if I steal something from someone, I have to give credit. Even if it's something minuscule like a random fact. Plus, if I state my source, I automatically give away some of the responsibility for potentially being wrong. Plus, it gives people the possibility to check the source themselves. Or for the very least decide if they trust the source that I provided. Instead of, just trusting my word. I don't want an audience who considers everything I say gospel anyway. I gotta punch you in the puncher, if that's the way you operate. No, I forgot about this particular fact. How many of those have I missed? Do I even want to know the answer to that? I've missed far worse, it would appear. Let's just do a full scale backtrack. Back on track. That's enough of that copyrighted material. Okay. Yeah, the chest was what I was going for. And it's up there. I'm running back and forth expecting something to happen. The definition of insanity is when you do stupid shit for 2 minutes straight. When asked what the definition of insanity is, Albert Einstein simply said, "Leave me alone, man. I'm trying to read my newspaper here." I did it again. I like to live on the edge. Okay, now I will start assaulting these endangered species. Well, looks like all the assaulting was already done for me. What a nice predicament indeed. By golly, I tell you what. Was that a red chest? Indeed it was. I knew I missed some armored ice guys. Isn't that the famous female rapper? Who everyone and their mother seems for. Prepare for humiliation. I don't know, if I fell down a tar pit, the least of my concerns would be humiliation. So this guy takes 2 hits. Said the yeoman. Or you can do it in 1 hit, but there's something finicky about doing it in a speedrun. I don't remember anymore. I guess it's because I've met people who... I've had it happen where you know the phenomenon where somebody repeats your joke but louder? I haven't had that specifically happen. But I've been in a situation where I come up with a joke, tell it to my friend, and then I overhear my friend telling the exact joke to someone else, while taking full credit for it. And that's just... When I saw that happening, I was like, okay, so I will never do that. And then I just kind of never did that. I might have done that at some point and completely forgotten about it.
You've done well, Spyro.
But I just hate joke theft in every form.
I knew they were wrong.
I'm ready, all right. Ready for what?
Because coming up with a good joke takes effort and skill. Sometimes even just pure talent, like some aspects of joke writing are just not learnable. Although a lot of it is, because there's some comedy theory you can master. Just basically like look at the stuff you find funny and analyze what makes it funny. You can perhaps start out by retelling the joke to yourself in different ways where you change some components and see if the joke remains funny and see what change makes it unfunny.
Thank you for releasing me.
That wobble. That's how you understand comedy theory the best. And in that sense, comedy is fully learnable. Like if there's some comedian who just makes you cry laughing every time, just try to analyze it. Like, why did you laugh at that joke? That in a lot of cases the answer is that, well, because the punchline was unexpected. And that's kind of the thing, like, one rule of comedy theory, which also applies to storytelling in general, is a rule of 3. Where you need 3 examples to set up a pattern. Sometimes 2 is enough. And the rule of 3 basically consists of... There are different ways to execute it, but classic one is the whole... First, you're introduced a concept. Second, the concept is expanded upon. And third, the whole concept is subverted. A lot of jokes that are told from person to person function that way. Where it's like, 3 guys walk into a bar, the first guy says this, second guy says this, and then the third guy says the exact opposite, and that's the whole joke. I'm kind of just consumed by looking for those gems. That's why I'm so quiet. Yeah, that's what it is. Ha! They're totally gonna buy that! So I'm looking for 2 gems exactly, which means it could be on top of a pole for all I know. Oh, what do you know? What in God's name am I witnessing? Now I'm curious. Probably some high points where you get a blind glide. Okay, I am done. I care not for those extra lives, although I lost 3 trying to go for the key. Why am I talking in an accent? It's not quite crammed enough. But I'm still guessing that Dr. Shemp is the only thing I have left. Which, did you know that Dr. Shemp was based on an inside joke with the dev team? And that skybox is beautiful. Probably the best in the entire game. In Spyro 3, my favorite skybox is the Sorcerer's Fight. That one is also absolutely beautiful. But Dr. Shemp, the dev team would refer to any undesirable job as getting the Shemp. And then they decided that, you know what, we're gonna include this. Shemp is actually also a dragon hatchling name in Spyro 3. I cannot imitate the voice and also hit the right note. I have to step into my mixed voice, which just sounds very, very, very horrendous. When I apply that much of throat pressure to it. Alright, Dr. Shemp! You're toast! Oh, that would have actually been funny though. If that became a running gag for no actual reason. Oh, you thought you were gonna stay alive. Can you just make that distance from atop this castle? Today on Mythbusters! I didn't go particularly far on that one, I tell you what. Why, you... No, what do you know? I executed a cool maneuver. I didn't have that gem. My mind keeps getting blown by the facts, I'm told. Just killed Mama. I decided to do that in the lower octave. Hold on. No, that doesn't provide the extra distance I'd need. So what's the furthest possible point? Let's see if getting momentum helps. What do you know? I am victorious. Okay, I think I'm done with the gems of the beginning. Now I just gotta go and toast Dr. Shemp. Oh, hello, Trondo.
This guy thinks he's so cool. You don't know what it's been like listening to him over and over. But I'll tell you one thing. He should watch his back.
Get the hint? I saw the princess to invite us over for a picnic, eh, Luigi?
That double whack. Hold on, what on earth is that?
Why, yada? Punch you
In the puncher. The stream's almost over, I can fry my throat. It hasn't even been 2 hours yet. I haven't even been alive that long.
Raw.
Those are some sick vocals, dude. You should join a band. In hell? You totally got him. Unlock T-Joust. No, I am done. I am done. I genuinely had to double check. I think I'm done. Completely done with peacekeepers. It appears that they couldn't keep the peace. Now everybody dead. Oh, by golly, I'm tired, I tell you what. I'm gonna end this stream here. Alright. Hope you enjoyed this particular piece of entertainment provided to you by Asplay Incorporated. And I just might be back tomorrow. For the time being, good night, wherever you are.